screen. When introducing the property, they frame the whole scenario as if he and Catherine had purchased the home.
I've always wanted my own home, and I've never had one. Catherine's never had one. And the fact that we're able to have one together as a family is a blessing.
We've worked so hard for this, and this is something that we've always wanted. And to have a home like this, to raise Elle and have a backyard and be able to obviously work from home is such a blessing.
This has been a dream of mine to have my own house tour. This is crazy.
In addition to this, Austin McBroom would make a post on Instagram stating, "If you were to ask me where I'd be at the age of 25, I definitely wouldn't have said I would be standing on the roof of my own house," implying that he and Catherine had purchased it. However, people became somewhat suspicious when, in a vlog, Catherine's brother mentioned that they should talk to the owner of the property after noticing a problem with the house.
Bro, I would call the owner and ask him about the history of this house.
Maybe tell me about that drawer.
Call about the history of this house.
Viewers would then figure out the address of the property and subsequently discover records stating that it had last sold in April 2016, almost 2.5 years before they had moved in. Additionally, they would find another Instagram post by a rental agent who stated that he had just leased this exquisite custom view estate in Woodland Hills, prompting responses such as, "So apparently the new house they bought is just a lease. They're paying $17,000 a month to live in this huge house when they don't even need it. For what? They are idiots. They are always preaching about being so down to earth and humble and this and that, but instead of just buying a nice home in LA, they have to spend $17,000 each month just to live in this freaking mansion in the Woodland Hills. Yeah, super down to earth." Though the Ace family wouldn't live in the house for very long. After only 10 months of living there, they would upload a video titled "Someone Broke Into Our House," stating that while out at Disneyland, they had been robbed.
We've been at Disney all day, and someone broke into our house. As you can see,
This would, however, turn out to be another event that many considered to be a fake stunt for views. Viewers found it to be a little suspicious that the robbers decided not to take all the electronics that had been left out in the open on the ground floor,
I'm so confused. They didn't take the wallet. They didn't take this stuff.
including vlogging cameras which were integral to their YouTube channel, instead going upstairs to look through the walk-in robes where the shoes and clothes were kept. In Pyrocynical's video on the topic, he noted that the Ace family had installed numerous cameras around the house,
We do have cameras. Yes,
Everywhere,
people.
guys.
Yes, people. Don't try to do no funny stuff.
which were apparently completely useless as the robbers only had small flashlights.
We obviously have cameras in the house, but like I said, the house was completely dark and they had some little ass flashlights.
Suspicions were further raised when Austin would go to the effort of pointing out a random pair of footprints found in the front garden.
Oh, hold up though.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's a big foot right there. Those are big feet.
As if the whole thing had been set up and he was trying to solve his own crime. With suspicions raised, viewers would look into the possibility that it had been faked and would discover that one of the police officers in the video looked very similar to a fake hireable police officer from a company called Top Cop Shop LA. Someone would then pose as a financial advisor for Austin McBroom, emailing Top Cop Shop LA requesting that they provide an invoice for the hire of fake police, at which point they would receive a receipt made out to Austin McBroom for the hire of 5 police cars and 6 fake police officers. Catherine then responded to the criticism by doing what all moronic influencers do when they're under fire, virtue signal by talking about the police. To attack those who risk their lives on a daily basis to protect our communities and our families, by suggesting that they would participate in a staged robbery amounts to slander. To suppose that the police officers that responded to our robbery call were paid to act in a vlog or a staged robbery is ridiculous. It doesn't only attack the integrity of our family, not that they had any integrity to begin with, it takes away from a relevant issue, which is the safety of our family and our home, as well as the integrity of our police department. Austin would respond by stating that the Top Cop Shop receipt had been faked.
People made up a receipt that we paid actor cops. They typed it out, made it up, and the fact that it was just typed up very professional, they thought it was real. And then they took one of the cops that looked like he was from a movie and put the 2 pictures together
saw that, bro.
and said it's the same cop, but it was completely different.
4 days later, the Ace family would move to a new property and things seemed to go back to normal. However, the Ace family's housing problems were far from over. Only a few short months later, Austin explained that while filming a video with FaZe Rug, he would notice 2 almost finished side-by-side houses close to where they lived, and for content they would go and film some videos inside them after getting permission from the builder.
Alright guys, so these are the 2 houses that are almost done being built. I think they're gonna be done in like 3 months and they're gonna be up for sale.
After going back to look at the property once again at a later date, Austin came up with a crazy idea.
And I was like, let me go and ask him just to see what he would say if I decided to just combine both of the houses.
They planned on purchasing both houses and combining them together to create one mega mansion, which they knew would fit perfectly with the Ace family's luxurious branding. The problem was that both homes had already been completed internally, meaning they'd have to gut the inside of the houses, knock out walls, connect the whole thing up, add a new driveway, etc., etc. So the project was was going to cost substantially more than if they were to buy each house separately, like way more. When looking at a basic real estate map for sold properties surrounding the two houses they wanted to combine together, pretty much every single sale price is under 1.5 million. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say that each property was worth 3 million on their own, considering each house was brand new and on top of a hill with a view, which would total $6 million for the two houses. Well, after all was said and done, the Ace family paid $10,064,230 for the two houses as a combined finished product.
We are here at the McBroom residence about to sign our lives away.
Our lives?
Not only had they paid a premium of approximately $4 million to have the houses combined, but they also paid $10 million for a property in an area where very few had sold for more than $2 million. However, just in case the purchase wasn't stupid enough already, it was then revealed that they had financed the entire $10 million from two different hard money lenders.
At the end of July 2019, the McBrooms took out a hard money loan of $8.85 million from Five Arch Funding Corp and another $1 million loan from TMK Development LLC, who I'm assuming is also a hard money lender. Hard money loans are expensive loans used by house flippers that almost always have a 1-year payback term. They're considered expensive because the borrower typically pays multiple points at closing and an interest rate of 10 to 12% on an interest-only loan. The amount owed is about $9.5 million. At 12% interest, the loan is $95,000 per month interest only. Add on property taxes, which for that property are exactly $10,000 a month. Insurance and maintenance gives you a total monthly cost of well over $110,000 every single month.
Now, while $110,000 per month seems pretty damn expensive for you and me, we can assume that the McBrooms were making well over $1 million per month at this point. So to them, $110K per month with their income at the time seemed somewhat reasonable. The key word, however, is at the time. Social media stars like sports stars, as Cornelius outlined excellently in his video, have some of the most fragile careers imaginable, especially for those like the Ace family, where all they're really bringing to the table is look at how much money I have or look at our amazing family, which people get bored of pretty damn quickly. As soon as the Ace family had announced that their house was finally finished, everything started to go downhill. After moving into their new $10 million mansion, it seemed as though they stopped paying for an unfinished $7,000 a month lease at their previous rental property, and as a result, they would be sued by their landlord for $65,000. This would accompany what would be a total of 12 different lawsuits shortly after moving into their extravagant house, each of which totaling various different amounts, some being as much as $100 million. This $100 million lawsuit came about after Austin hosted a boxing event by the name of Social Gloves. The concept was pretty simple. A bunch of different YouTubers would fight a bunch of different TikTokers and then market it as YouTube vs TikTok boxing.
I will be fighting Austin McBomb. Look, that's him right there.
The event would make money through pay-per-view, a method proven successful by the likes of Logan and Jake Paul. However, Austin McBroom of the Ace family set his expectations way too high. He estimated that the boxing match would earn a total of between $200 and $500 million. However, on the day of the anticipated event, it would sell only 136,000 pay-per-view subscriptions, which at between $50 and $90 each, totaled an absolute maximum of $12 million. For this reason, those who fought in the event failed to receive payment for their participation and began to file subsequent lawsuits, one after the other, against Austin McBroom.
None of the fighters have been paid. Nobody's been paid. Nobody knows what's going on. Apparently, they were planning on selling 500,000 subscriptions. They only sold 100,000. They've made nowhere near enough money.
A company by the name of LiveX Live, hired by McBroom to help promote and run the event, would state that the McBrooms and their entire approach to this event was built upon a stack of lies, followed by the filing of the previously mentioned $100 million lawsuit for damaging their company's reputation with such a bad event. Austin McBroom's lawyers would state, in light of the apparent underperformance of the event, our firm has been retained to represent McBroom in connection with either a workout of the claims of all its creditors, or if a workout is not feasible, a likely bankruptcy filing. To add another 2 cherries on top of the cake, Catherine was then sued for $30 million for dodgy business practices relating to her makeup line, all while the Ace family's YouTube channel has been declining in viewership extremely rapidly. In the 3 months between June 2020 and September 2020, they went from an average of 105 million views per month to an average of 35 million views per month, which has since dropped even further, with the Ace family being unable to crack even the 10 million view mark over the last 30 days. With all this in mind, it was barely a surprise to discover that their $10 million home was going into foreclosure for failure to pay the mortgage. When asked about the foreclosure, Catherine would state that it wasn't true.
Okay, Catherine, there's a lot of rumors that your house is getting foreclosed. What do you have to say about that?
It's not true.
It's not true?
Yeah, Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. While Austin would make a post on Instagram stating, "Stop capping on me and my family's name. Ain't nobody getting evicted, ain't nobody moving. Stop believing everything you see the haters say on the internet. If we were moving, we definitely would have informed the world and made a whole YouTube video about it. Have a good rest of your day." However, as stated by YouTuber Sloan, the Ace family could say whatever they wanted. Court documents confirmed that the property was in fact going into foreclosure.
So when Catherine is out and about saying that, her home isn't foreclosed, when asked, this document is proof that yes, the home was foreclosed. It's now owned by the bank, and Catherine can lie all she wants, but the records don't lie.
A YouTuber by the name of Static John would even attend the foreclosure auction. However, the property failed to sell for the $9 million price tag and has since been purchased by another party for substantially less than the original asking price, according to Cody Ko.
I know the guy who bought it. Yeah, it was just weird coincidence. I was with him last night and he was like, he said, "We bought a problematic house." And I was like, "What house?" And he's like, "I don't know, some YouTuber, he did some boxing thing." And I was like, "Austin McBroom?" And he was like, yeah, crazy. They got taken for a ride when they built it, spent way too much money on it. And now it's in this area that the next most expensive house is $2.5 million. So no one wants to buy this $10 million house.
Right.
So it's not worth anything close to that. So they picked it up like for cheap from the loan company. And I guess they're going to try and...
There's something that's just universally satisfying about seeing the Ace family's empire crumble. Maybe it was because we could sense that it was to some extent built on lies, and therefore it feels as though we've witnessed an example of karma to see it all come to a messy end. Austin and Catherine McBroom built their empire on sand, with debt, with lies, and with most important of all, ego. The Ace family's need to maintain a public image as a happy, problem-free family was the basis for all their success, but was simultaneously the reason for their catastrophic fall.
Lispy Jimmy makes fraudulent content with a whole GTA 6 with fake giveaways. The list goes on. I could be here for hours.
I've been basically manipulating my fans into liking my video thinking there's going to be a big giveaway, but I kind of thought most...
When you actually make a video that's not clickbait and that is related to you, you get like 5 views.
Basically forcing kids to use him for support a creator and for fake giveaways.
We're giving away a bunch of V-Bucks cards. Bro, I'm not even joking.
This is the story of how gaining 6 million subscribers based solely off personality and hype is destined for failure over the long run. A story warning of the potential dangers in taking advantage of your young audience's naivety. The story of how building a career on deception and lies will always come back to haunt you. When you build your YouTube channel on sand as opposed to rock, it's only going to be so long before it all comes crumbling down. We're talking about the story of Lispy Jimmy, a long-time YouTube content creator who was at one point gaining millions and millions of views by essentially lying, deceiving, and clickbaiting his audience in every single video. Fake giveaways, fake game updates, predatory titles. His behavior led him to gain sometimes up to 300,000 subscribers per month in the short run. However, over the long run, it's been revealed to all that being ingenuine with your audience ends up coming with somewhat of an expensive price tag. What motivated Lispy Jimmy to go from a once respected content creator to what many consider to be the worst clickbaiter in YouTube's history? Was it worth the short-term spike in subscribers? What was the long-term price that he ended up paying for taking advantage of his young audience's naivety? This is the story of Lispy Jimmy's downfall. Lispy Jimmy would begin his journey as a YouTube content creator all the way back in October 2012. And in the beginning, there was little that indicated that this creator might end up as one of YouTube's most notorious villains. He was simply posting gaming videos on both Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty.
What is going on, everybody? Lispy Jimmy here, and in today's video, guys, I got a Call of Duty.
The growth of Jimmy's channel was slow in the beginning, but he would begin to gain low-level popularity after uploading guide-style videos for the games he was playing.
What is going on, everybody? Lispy Jimmy here. Welcome back, and in today's video, guys, I have an awesome trick and tip for you on basically how to steal a tank.
Which also led to a provision of respect from the early audience watching his content. After gaining 5,000 subscribers in his first 12 months, Jimmy seemed to make the realization that if he ramped up the overly enticing titles and thumbnails, the videos would appeal to a wider audience. Get Master Prestige in 1 day, amazing glitch.
When you collect that briefcase, it tells you to do something or a challenge.
Lispy Jimmy never did show his audience how to to get Prestige Master in one day, or The Amazing Glitch, it was fake. But considering the nature of the platform back in 2013, this video performed extremely well, and along with other videos promoting insane money glitches in GTA 5, Lispy Jimmy would go from 5,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers within the space of only 2 months. Now, while this was awesome for his channel, what it did for Lispy Jimmy himself was a little more insidious. It began to reinforce the idea that the most effective way to grow his audience was to make the most outrageous clickbaity titles possible regardless of the content within. GTA 5 online millions in minutes.
You guys can make insane amount of money, super fast and easy, no problems.
This clickbaity video having significantly more views than the many surrounding it, reinforcing that using clickbait was the most successful strategy for making his channel thrive. For this reason, the clickbait nature of Jimmy's channel would slowly get more and more severe. GTA 5 online ghost caught on camera. GTA 5 online money glitch scam warning.
These are scams. It's like one basic guy or another guy.
Lispy Jimmy got very skilled at identifying the fine line between unbelievable clickbait and an extremely enticing title that people would click on. And for this reason, his viewership and subscribers would continue to increase. And while a lot of this growth was owed to a reasonable provision of clickbait and the old
"Let's go for this video, 10,000 likes,"
boosting his videos in the algorithm, we have to also give credit to his incredible work ethic, pumping videos out almost daily, inevitably leading to higher viewership. By October 2015, 2 years after creating his first video, Lispy Jimmy had passed the 500,000 subscriber mark. And from all outside accounts, it seems as though there was little standing in the way of Jimmy continuing to grow, except one thing: the decline in the popularity of the game he was playing.
GTA 5 is dead. Nobody plays it anymore unless you're 11, and it's the only game you could afford. So basically all these channels are starving for views.
As 2016 rolled around, GTA 5 was pushing 4 years of age and ultimately experiencing a decline in popularity. This led GTA 5 YouTubers to consider two different options. They could either continue to make videos on GTA 5 which appeared to be on its way out over the long run, or alternatively jump ship to a new content style. Lispy Jimmy would ultimately choose the latter, and after clickbaiting a potential face reveal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, he would reveal his face.
Dude, they're never gonna know that I'm Lispy Jimmy.
And begin making a mix of both IRL and GTA content. However, there was a problem with this. Since most people knew him for his GTA videos, his IRL content didn't get many views. And while this was a problem in the short run, Lispy Jimmy certainly had a solution that worked in the past. Pump up the clickbait. YouTube is deleting my channel, please watch. Kid gets arrested playing GTA, you won't believe what happens. Caught girlfriend cheating in the act, you won't believe what happens. Clickbait had become far less acceptable by 2016, but it was still a time at which pranks in the hood gone wrong was still a norm on YouTube, and therefore Jimmy's clickbait would be beneficial, and his channel would grow past 2 million subscribers.
Thank you guys for 2 million subscribers. We just did a live reaction. You guys saw my reaction. It was awesome.
And while once again it seemed as though Jimmy's channel was going to continue growing forever, there was a new obstacle that would present itself, leading to a slowdown in his growth: the inevitable changing of the YouTube landscape. As the cancerous nature of YouTube in 2016 and 2017 began to establish itself as the new normal, the platform began to see an explosion of channels created for the sole purpose of discussing and therefore criticizing other creators. And for the first time ever, Lispy Jimmy began to get put under the YouTube microscope for his insane levels of inauthenticity.
Recently, though, he started making these videos that are 100% misleading and 100% false.
Then he made a fake video pretending to quit YouTube. Like, dude, you're a fucking scumbag. No one in the community likes you aside from your retarded fanboys.
He actually got to the point of ripping off old police chase videos and uploading it to his channel for his own personal gain.
This guy is probably the worst clickbaiter I've ever seen, and trust me, I have seen some bad clickbait.
Do not tell me this video is not trying to get you to click on it so he can get the ad revenue. That's exactly what this and tons of other videos on his channel is, right?
However, these videos wouldn't do much to discredit Lispy Jimmy. He had become so skilled at manipulating the YouTube algorithm that his content simply prevailed over the opinions of the YouTube community at large. For this reason, Lispy Jimmy would go on to post further clickbait such as "Why YouTube is deleting my channel" and "Deleting this video in 48 hours, YouTube sent me this." And while both of these videos performed quite well, the YouTube landscape was continually evolving, and as time progressed, the strength of Lispy Jimmy's clickbait would become less and less enticing to his audience. By late 2017, after hitting 4 million subscribers, his channel would experience an extended growth plateau, and it seemed like Lispy Jimmy's time in the sun might be coming to an end. end. But Lispy Jimmy would come to find a savior for his dying channel. And it wasn't a religious deity, it wasn't a friend or even another YouTuber. The savior for his channel turned out to be a game released in September 2017 by the name of Fortnite Battle Royale.
Luckily, we got a brand new update in Fortnite, which is lit. There's this new sniper mode, bunch of...
The cartoon-like family-friendly nature of Fortnite meant it instantly appealed to a younger audience. And with a younger audience being incredibly naive by default, much of the general content produced for Fortnite would be exaggerated with clickbait attempting to gain viewership from this young naive audience.
It's just fear-mongering to make children afraid and click on his video because they think their beloved Fortnite's about to go offline for a few minutes.
Lispy Jimmy, aka the clickbait master, certainly saw an opportunity here. But this time Jimmy made a realization. You could get even more views by completely lying about what was happening in your videos or stream. New Thanos update out now. New Fortnite skins free skins update. New refund system is here, refund skins for V-Bucks in Fortnite. The worst part was none of these updates were even in the game yet. And the titles in which he would blatantly lie about the content were always the ones where he would get the most views. And as mentioned earlier, the increased viewership from lying about the content reinforced to Lispy Jimmy that it was the correct behavior for growing his channel. Lispy Jimmy's channel would then become an absolute wasteland of live streams titled as fake updates with the sole purpose of suckering in unsuspecting little kids. But that was only on the outside. When you actually went in to watch these live streams, there was a whole new level of cancer to behold within. Let's take an example so we can really understand the full scope of what was happening. Fortnite Cube Volcano event happening soon, Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, just to begin, like all of his other videos, the Fortnite Cube Volcano event wasn't actually happening at that time. It had just been teased on Reddit, YouTube, and Twitter, so the goal was to spark FOMO, get people to think it was happening earlier than expected, and ultimately click through to his livestream. And once the viewers got through, there was absolutely nothing of value being offered to the audience. The goal was hype, engagement, and watch time.
Like the stream, make sure you're subscribed. I shared the stream with a friend. Thank you, Colin. More importantly, guys, I need you to like right now and comment liked. I need to see some likes. Alex liked, Gucci liked, Alpha liked, Storm liked. Guys, you need to like the stream right now.
And if you think this was just a small part of the stream, you're wrong. This is literally all he said throughout the whole 4-hour stream.
As I count down from 5 on 0, everyone like the stream. All you need to do to win some free V-Bucks is like the stream, subscribe, and comment done when you guys are done. Stop what you're doing. Stop. All right? And leave a like on the video. Like the stream right now and make sure you're subscribed. Platinum, thank you for liking the stream, my guy. Noah, thank you for liking the stream. Legend, thank you for liking the stream. Yeah, Nicholas, all you need
On top of this, Lispy Jimmy would put a countdown timer for the event that was never actually happening to make it seem like the event was going to occur at the end of the countdown to keep people watching. But since the whole thing was just a huge lie, as soon as the timer hit 0, it would just reset back to a new time that Lispy Jimmy would arbitrarily decide on.
14-minute hype. Let's go. Timer is on the clock now.
The problem with these streams as a whole was that the people who were watching and subscribing weren't doing so for some unique long-term anchored entertainment that Jimmy was providing. They were watching for the V-Buck giveaways, the hype, and the apparent new game updates that were never really ever going to come. This meant that the huge fan base he was building up around his Fortnite streams were never going to stick around should his uploads slow down or if his content style was to change. An important element for later parts of the video. And when I say huge fan base, I mean huge fan base. Between June 2018, when Lispy Jimmy would begin to post his Fortnite clickbait, and June 2019, only a year later, he would go from 4.5 million subscribers to 6.3 million subscribers, a gain of almost 2 million. And while reaching 6.3 million subscribers based extensively on lies and deception was in some backwards kind of way an impressive feat, it would also be in June 2019 that everything done in his past would come back to haunt